it. It's like when someone starts talking to me about the possibility of humans being visited, extraterrestrials coming here,
Right.
manipulating our DNA, I'll go, okay, all right, I got you.
Well, that's fine, but I would
We
like
have
for
taken
them to show me
objective Charlie.
experiments they've devised that'll give us evidence for that. Otherwise, it's not falsifiable, right? I could say,
Right.
dude, you know that there's a blue rhinoceros on some planet that's billions of years away? Seriously. Well, there might be.
Yeah, there
You know,
might be.
there might be. Aliens might have created the pyramids, right? Probably not, though.
Well, they don't. I don't think there's anyone credible that thinks that aliens created the pyramids.
Das sind schon Soldaten.
But what they do think is that they created people, that they did some sort of a genetic manipulation.
Right,
of
right.
human beings. And when I say credible, like credible, I mean, what does that mean? You know, there's no evidence whatsoever.
Yeah,
None.
yeah.
None. I did this show for
It
sci-fi.
would make fun fiction, though.
Oh,
It would
yeah.
make an awesome movie.
Well, that's the whole base of Prometheus. you
Yeah.
know, that we're somehow or another engineered. The engineers came down
Right.
here. And that's, you know, when you talk about Sumerian text, we were talking about that earlier, that was the whole premise of this guy Zechariah Sitchin.
Uh-huh.
Heard of that guy?
It sounds very familiar.
Oh, he's the king of all those people who are into wacky shit.
Uh-huh.
Zechariah Sitchin is the king.
Okay.
Because he believed that the Sumerian text, if you deciphered it correctly, proves that we were engineered by something called the Anunnaki. And the Anunnaki, the literal translation of Anunnaki is those from the heaven to earth came, meaning that it was the same as the Elohim.
We have
of the
taken
Bible,
objective
right?
Charlie.
That, you know, these beings came from another planet, genetically altered human beings. He points to these various images that were in the Sumerian text and Sumerian cuneiforms and all these stone carvings that show what looks like the double helix of DNA.
We are losing
sure.
The
objective Charlie.
caduceus, you know, the two snakes that are wrapped around
Yeah.
the pole that we associate with medicine. He interprets that as being an image of the double helix.
Right. Or, hey, it could be a coincidence, too.
It could be.
Yeah.
It does look a lot like it, right? You know, double helix, the two snakes wrapped around. But the weirdness is the pictures of like there's one that shows one of these Anunnaki with looks like a person in a tail sitting on his lap.
Uh-huh.
And they interpret that as
We have
being
taken
like this
objective
idea
apples.
that they took subhuman primates and manipulated the DNA, adding alien DNA and created. It's just incredibly bizarre stuff. But what gets me is, yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, probably not right. Most people, and there's also a website called Sitchin, where other scholars who have studied the cuneiform and studied the Sumerian
We
text
have lost
completely disagree
objective
with these
Edward.
interpretations. But if we could travel to another planet and we could do it successfully, and we've done it, you know, for thousands and thousands of years, this other planet is, you know, way the fucking other side of the galaxy, we find some planets. I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility.
We have lost objective Dove.
There are actually protocols already in place, not officially adopted by any government, but protocols about what do we do if we discover life? Because we most likely would contaminate it by trying to observe it. I think that there are even people arguing right now that Mars has been contaminated
By the rovers
that have gotten there. I mean, we found, I think, staph bacteria on the moon that had been like sent to the moon when we visited because we didn't completely sterilize everything.
So someone touched, someone touched an object.
Right.
Someone observed that staff being on the object.
Yeah. It wasn't living on the moon, but it was just, it was transferred there, yeah. And so that's a huge problem.
Well, just space junk itself. Just
Yeah.
the idea of the rover being on Mars. If another life form visited Mars,
Right.
landed there and found the rover, they'd be like, okay, what the fuck is that?
Right. And this brings up the whole question of kind of space archaeology or like space preservation. So
We have taken objective Edward.
the stuff Neil Armstrong used to get to the moon and walk around, it's all still there, right? So if we ever start regularly going to the moon, do we set up a museum there? Do we put fences up around it? Who owns that landing site?
Well, you know, I was supposed to fly over those sites. They made some sort of ruling
objective
should not
Alpha.
take place over those sites.
I didn't hear about that.
We have
They
lost
were
objective
worried about
Charlie.
fucking it up, you know? I mean, look, if space travel becomes like as easy as at one point in time, getting across the country was a fucking heroic event.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
when the Pilgrims landed, I was watching this show last night that was all about the wagons that they used to traverse the land to get from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Can you hear me,
stuff.
bro?
Because
We
you
have
know we have
taken
like
objective
leaf springs,
Tenemalama?
cars. They had them that they were made out of leather. Like they had concocted these
Polyester
sort of
calamari?
suspensions, these adjustable.
Can't even find you on the map.
So they would
Where you
move
at,
a
son?
little bit as they went over rocks and stuff, and they had done all this
Son?
stuff out of leather. And it's just so strange.
I'm
to
at
think that there were people
Objective Bachelor.
that had put their life and their faith in that's, you know, some goods in the back, some
I'm,
food,
dead.
hoping to find things to eat along the way, but it's gonna take you fucking forever.
Yeah.
Now
We have
you
lost
get a plane,
objective Butter.
and then I got a LA flight I gotta catch. I land at noon. I'll call you. Love you. Mwah. Good night, kids. Mwah. See ya. Yeah, Daddy will call you when he lands. What? Just get in a plane? I mean, that's 200 years ago. Insanely preposterous.
So different.
So the idea is one day, 200 years from now, whatever it is, it'll be that easy to get to the moon. So they're putting these protocols in place, like, hey, don't go there and just steal shit.
Steal it or
Take a
vandalize
rover
it.
home with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Louis C.K. has a great joke about that. He's like, it used to be to go across the United States, it took so many years that people died, people were born. It was a whole different group of people by the time you finally got to your destination. This is the Louis C.K. joke, and now it's just like you hit the plane.
Yo, 10. I'm right behind you.
You're done.
And
We have
If you can hear me, shoot your gun right now, 3 times.
high-speed rails,
Yeah.
then it's going to be like an hour.
Oh, it's crazy.
An hour to get to New York from here. Just taking off on some
10.
crazy
I'm right behind you.
rail system.
Virgin Galactic as
Can you
well,
hear me?
right?
You can't hear me. You little bitch.
Like these suborbital,
Get a mic, bro.
well, I guess, tracks, and go from here to Australia in just a matter of minutes. They orbit in the International Space Station. They orbit around the Earth 17 times a day. So, yeah,
So crazy.
they have 17 sunrises and sunsets every 24-hour period.
Oh my god, that's amazing. That is amazing.
That's booking it.
That is so crazy. So a little less than every 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah. It's fast, yeah.
Fucking A. And that's just the beginning. You know, 1,000 years from
Yeah.
now, if we stay alive and don't blow each other up, it'll be even easier to do that.
Yeah, and people will say, man, remember back when people used to orbit the Earth only 17 times in 24 hours? This is another, and I don't remember the comedian who told this joke, but he's like, in the future, like, it's gonna be so fast, it's gonna take like 2 seconds to go everywhere, but the DMV, man, it's gonna take 9 seconds, and we're all gonna hate it.
It's gonna be very
Shit.
strange. I think it is very strange now. You know, it used to be if someone showed up on your border, no matter where you were, it was usually a fucking problem. You know, if a boat pulled up, like very rarely were people just super cool and you know you're not worried about it. But today, there's a thing called tourism,
Right.
and it's a huge part of life. I mean, a huge part of life in the various cultures is people showing up and bringing with them money, and you welcome them. They're
Right,
part of the
right,
economy of the area.
Right.
It's very strange how just that ability to traverse distances has changed the way human beings interact with each other. And it's also made the idea of countries, nationalities, and your loyalty to those countries and nationalities a little bit more ridiculous every year. A little bit more ridiculous the closer we get to this ability to instantaneously travel from one place
Yeah.
to another. Like these borders, these self-imposed borders, like the border between Mexico and the United States is probably one of the most egregious. When you stop and think about the difference in prosperity between like
Yeah.
Juarez and Los
Right behind you.
Angeles, Tijuana and San Diego. It's
Yeah.
like fuck, like that's crazy. A third world country is right there. These poor people are
and say like, oh, but dude, when you like look down on the Earth from outer space, you don't see it.
Schienengewehr, eindeutig feindlich.
The border of India and Pakistan is lit up so brightly, you can see it from space.
What is it? Like, is it like a... Their borders are like a fence? It's like the Great Wall of China?
Yeah, parts of it are just, I think, yeah,
We have
fenced
taken
off,
objective Butter.
militarized, lit up, and I've covered a few other borders that you can see from space in the past. I'm not remembering them at the moment, but it's like you could look down from Earth and tell that we don't all get along.
My friend Ari, you see Ari right there in that photo. Ari just got back from doing a tour of China, and took some photos of himself on the Great Wall.
Yeah.
And I read that he could see the Great Wall from space and apparently can't.
Halfway there,
But
we have
when
the
he
upper hand.
was there, we were talking about the Great Wall, and he was saying how fucking
have
crazy
lost
it was. So then I started
objective
looking up the Great Wall,
Right.
and it's 5,000 miles long.
It's a great wall.
That's not a good wall.
Yeah.
That really is a great wall.
That's a funny joke, by the way. I wonder if there's a wall in China people call the good wall of China. It's all right. I mean, it keeps the ceiling up. It's a pretty good bar.
Bars and a few thousand miles. The good wall would have to be like 2,000 miles.
Right, right.
What is that picture, Jim? It's
Hold up, yeah, Pakistan. Yeah, look at that.
About 2,000 kilometers.
It's insane, right?
Yeah, you can see that border. That's legit. That's a line. Really? Wow. How fast? So people right next door hate each other. We grew up supporting each other at all times.
Yeah.
My friend Cheese,
Yeah.
he's been to India and Pakistan. And he says that is the one place where he's most terrified.
Oh, for sure. Osama bin Laden was in Pakistan. It's crazy. I was just in Mumbai, and at the airport, a plane came in, and it was from Iran Airlines, and I'm like, wow, you don't see that in America.
We have taken
They're not
objective
allowed to land
Edward.
there. But I actually went over and just watched the people getting off the plane. I was like, hey, fellow humans that I would never run into unless this happened. Also, the fact that I went from Washington D.C. to Mumbai. We flew over Iraq and Afghanistan, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't know we did this. And then after what happened in the Ukraine, I'm like, that's crazy. I felt like I was safe up there, 30,000 feet, flying over.
Augen auf! Sanitäter!
But apparently not.
What exactly has happened? Are they sure that these were blown up by missiles and not by bombs?
I haven't been following the story well enough. Last I heard, it was fired from anti-aircraft weapon from the ground.
So,
I know. 30,000. In just a few weeks
We
before
have
that
lost
happened, I was reading
objective
some article I
Charlie.
found on Indeed. It was all about, airport security keeps us from bringing things on the planes. But the real next threat is what people can do to planes from the ground. And I was like, no. But then if you go to the In-N-Out Burger that's near LAX,